Throughout the world, there's a growing awareness of how construction choices impact the environment. A green building movement is reshaping the principles of design and construction because it's the right thing to do, environmentally, economically, and socially. This is encouraging designers, builders, and consumers to use wood to create structures that are ecologically sound, energy efficient, architecturally pleasing, and durable. Wood is a natural material that makes buildings of all sizes healthy, safe, comfortable places to live, work, study, or play. And wood from well-managed forests is an excellent environmental choice. Green building reduces the impact of buildings on human health and the environment through better siting, design, construction, operation, maintenance, and demolition. Builders and buyers are coming to realize that a green building is a comfortable, healthy building with better air quality, lower energy bills, and better overall performance. Ray Tunges is a custom home builder from Austin, Texas, who's been active with the National Association of Home Builders Green Building Subcommittee in the United States. He says there was a time when green building was portrayed as unique and expensive.
Our environment is a lot more demanding. Our consumers are a lot more demanding, and expectations are, out of this world from the knowledge and information that's available to people that are really interested in their home. What's really exciting is this transformation that's going on in our industry right now. As much as green building is in the forefront right now, we'll probably drop the green, in a few years, and green building will just be called building because it will be the norm and it will be the expectation of the general consumer.
Identifying which building product is best for the environment involves complex choices, and many are not always obvious. Environmental rating systems, such as Green Globes and LEED in North America and BREEAM in England, can help building industry professionals evaluate and differentiate their product or design. The best system should include or be based on life cycle assessment, a process accepted internationally as a neutral way to evaluate and compare the environmental impacts of different building materials, assemblies, and whole buildings throughout their life, from resource extraction through to product manufacturing, construction, occupancy, and eventual disposal or reuse. Wayne Trusty is president of nonprofit Athena Sustainable Materials Institute. He sees a time when measuring environmental data may be as important to the economy as price data or labor data, and this means finding ways to accurately measure environmental effects.
There's been a tendency to look for simple answers to what are really complex questions. And there is no perfect material, and we're always looking at trade-offs. And so we need to understand those trade-offs in real terms, in terms of real environmental effects. One of the simple answers that kind of floated out there is that by definition, something that's agricultural or grown rapidly, so-called rapid renewables, is better. But if we don't take account of the fertilizer that's used, the pesticides that are used, the water that's used, the energy that's used to grow, process, move these products, then we're getting a little piece of the answer.
Wood is easy to work with. It's versatile and recyclable, and it grows with solar energy. Of the major building materials, wood is the only one that is truly renewable. Concrete, steel, and aluminum come from materials extracted from the land that can never be replaced. Vinyl and most plastics are from non-renewable petroleum products. Larry McFarland is a Vancouver architect whose company designed the Gulf Islands National Park Reserve Operations Centre, Canada's first LEED Platinum building.
We wanted to build a building that was both sustainable and beautiful, one that did not look like a series of things that had been attached to it to fulfill some sustainable objective. And the integration of the wood into the structure is an inherently sustainable move. We use a lot of wood. I would have to say that I'm a wood advocate. I think there are a lot of opportunities for wood in commercial buildings. Wood is always seen as a beautiful material, and it adds a lot of life to any building that we use it in.
The building design for the National Park Operations Center maximized the use of local materials, chosen for their durability because of the harsh waterfront environment.
This building has an inverted wall construction system. Because there's air on all four sides of the wood, I expect it will probably outlast the galvanized steel.
Wood buildings can provide decades or even centuries of service. In North America, many older wood buildings that have outlived their useful life are being dismantled, and their wood components are being recycled or reused. While estimates vary, as much as 1/3 of the energy produced in North America is used to heat, cool, and operate buildings. The need to create structures that reduce energy consumption becomes more important, as both the cost of energy and the need to limit greenhouse gas emissions rises. Wood is a natural insulator, and wood frame buildings are easy to insulate to high standards. Wood also moderates humidity, reducing the need for air conditioning and ventilation. Add innovative technology and design, and it's possible to minimize heating and cooling needs even more. When it comes to climate change, trees absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere as they grow. When they're harvested, much of this carbon is stored in the resulting wood products. A typical North American timber frame home captures about 28 tons of carbon dioxide, or the equivalent of 7 years of driving the family car.
The image that when a tree is taken down, it is no longer a renewable resource is really a misunderstanding, because in fact the carbon is still sitting there in that log forever, or in that piece of finished wood. This building is full of sequestered carbon that can't be said for the steel or the concrete.
A U.S. study by the Consortium for Research on Renewable Industrial Materials, known as CORM, found that homes built with wood do more to address climate change than homes built with other materials. The study evaluated the embodied environmental impacts of wood homes with concrete and steel homes in 2 different locations. It found that manufacturing a steel home created 26% more greenhouse gas emissions than the same home in wood, and that the concrete home had 31% more. As part of its promotion of a carbon-neutral public service, the Government of New Zealand is requiring that wood or wood-based products be considered as the main structural materials for new government-funded buildings up to 4 floors. Forestry Minister Jim Anderton says this will demonstrate the possibilities of using wood in commercial buildings.
Here we have the resource to help us to become carbon neutral in a time when the world is screaming out for countries to be responsible. So we can give some leadership to this, and it's relatively easy and kind on us, because actually it's cheaper and better. Well, the Building Research Association of New Zealand carried out some research, and what they showed was that over the lifetime of a building, wood is a cheaper form of construction. Over the lifetime of a building, it uses less energy, stores more. The componentry around trees can be used for cogeneration of energy and other energy generation. And of course, wood stores carbon, so it leaves a lower carbon footprint in climate change times where we need to be concerned about these things. So all in all, this is a pretty good material. In fact, if it didn't exist, wood would have to be invented.
Builders can use their buying power to improve forest management by choosing wood products they know are from legal, sustainable sources. Canada provides this assurance through its comprehensive forest laws and enforcement regimes. Companies that log Canada's public forests must regenerate them, creating young forests that grow vigorously and store carbon rapidly. Canada is the world leader in independent forest certification. The 3 certification programs are used in the country: All are globally recognized as ensuring sustainable forest management.
We really don't know what's going to happen in the next few years, but definitely wood is going to be the building material of choice for a long time to come.
Green building is here to stay, and wood will continue to be among the top choices for environmental and economic reasons. As a green building material, wood wins hands down, from production to use, to disposal or reuse. It's natural, renewable, and recyclable. Buildings made with wood are durable and versatile, and they look fantastic.